All right, welcome back to the second half of our show. Our next storyteller came to the U.S. about a year ago from Pakistan. He is a middle child, and he says that he used to be so conservative that he wouldn't talk to anybody he didn't already know. Obviously, this is no longer true because he's here tonight to talk to all of you. Give it up for Arslan Ahmed.
Hi everybody, good evening and thank you very much for coming here. And my story starts with December 2015. The night I came to my home and my brother was with a laptop and he asked me, come here Arslan, his name is Vlad. I was like, yeah, what happened? He's like, I got an opportunity for you to go abroad and study on a scholarship. I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, you can go there. I was like, no, how? There is a lot of competitive people who can go and get this scholarship. I am not that much eligible. He said, no, you can go. You have experience and everything. I was like, I still have experience, but the thing is that they work in better organization, a lot of people, and they study in a better institution than me. He was like, no, it's not your concern right now. You have to submit the application. I was like, okay, right now, let me take some rest and shower. At that time, I was just escaping this part. I don't want to submit the application. But my brother was really stubborn. And he was still on the laptop when I came out of the shower. Like, come here. He asked me like a couple of questions and I told him. And he like filled this application. I was like, man, I am the person who cannot even talk to any person in English like just 1 minute. How am I gonna go there and study in English? It's not even possible. He was like, no, it's not your concern right now. You have to submit the application. I was like, okay. And he gave me the laptop. When he went out of the room, I shut down the laptop and I slept. And in the next morning, when I went to my home, when I went to my work and I came back, he was again with the laptop. He was like, what's the progress? I was like, good, very much. Everything is okay. I'm getting progress on this. 2 and 3 days goes on and he asked me again, and you show me your application, what you write? And there was not a single word that I wrote here. And he woke me up again after taking some rest. The whole night we were filling that application and writing it in a different answers question. And then the part of submission came up and I need to print it and submit it. He was asking me again and again, did you submit? I was like, tomorrow. And the last date came up. He was like, at that day in the morning, he was on my head. He was like, get up, go with me, print this and submit this. We submitted. At that time, I was thinking that I'm not gonna get selected. It's just a bunch of tab I'm submitting. It's not even gonna get reached to the office because my English was so bad. And I was thinking that if it's gonna happen, what's gonna happen then? So if somebody gonna ask me English question in English, so what will happen? And I was feeling that someone is taking off my pants in public spot. I was that much shape. I was like, okay, 10-15 days go on, and then the day came up and I got a mail that your application accepted and you have to come here for interview. And I was so scared. I came to my house. I went to my brother. And I was like, I got a mailer today. He was like, what happened? And I was like, they asked me for an interview. And he was like, why are you making this face? You should be happy. I was like, man, you put me in this crap and you have to help me now to cope up with this situation. Because I don't even know what to say to them because you were helping me at that time to submit this application. And all of this, because just of you, I was so nervous. He was like, he put a hand on my shoulder and like, just relax, I will help you. And every day we were practicing. And one day he asked me one question like, Arslan, what's your perception about women? I was like, nurturing child, cleaning home, and then cooking food, that's it. And he was like, and I asked what happened. He said that men come out from 18th and 19th century. Please, you are in 21st century. I was like, what I'm gonna say, write it, I will frame it. Man, what is happening here? It is interview, it's not examination that you're gonna frame it and then you will write the answer. He told me a bunch of things and I again framed it in my mind. And the last day came when I had to go to another city. It's like 5 hours away from my city. And I woke up in the morning. I didn't sleep at all at that night. I was so nervous. I went to that office. I was sitting outside. And then I went inside into the room. There was a bunch of people who looked really, really smart, who looked really super informal attire, and they were like, oh, we're gonna nail it. And I was like, man, it's just a matter of minutes you will get out from this office, because they will definitely get it. After that, we start talking, and we have some coffee, and we have some bread and sandwiches. And my interview was on 12 o'clock. And then it was like 3 o'clock, they didn't call me. I was thinking the paper I was submitting, maybe there is something wrong. And they already decided this thing that you are not able to even go to the interview, you should go back. And I was thinking this thing. And at 3:15 p.m., a person came to me. He was like, Arslan, go to this store and your interview gonna start there. And at that time I was thinking that there must be some setting inside. When I will go inside, I will give the wrong answer. He will put me into the 100,000 Fahrenheit heated oil again and again that this is wrong answer. And I entered inside and my forehead was sweating, literally sweating. And she asked me a bunch of questions. There was two panelists. One look American national, the other one is like Pakistan. And the American national all the time she was with a cross arm, she was like, And I was like, man, if Americans are not ready to ask you a single question, so you are not worth of this program. But the other lady was she was an angel actually. She supported me a lot by her experience, by showing me expression that she's understanding me actually. And at the end, when they asked me that, do you have any question? I said, no, I don't have any question. I stood up and I went to the door. I unlocked the door, and then a question came to me. I turned around, I asked them, can I ask you one question? And she was giving me a explanation like, what the heck was that? I asked you the same thing, that do you have any question? And you said no, and now you have a question. What's come up in your mind? She said, yeah. And I was like, can I sit? She said, yes. And she said, what's your question? I was like, can I meet Bill Gates in this program? and the panelist who was sitting for me, she didn't ask me a single question. She laughed at me so much that my whole confidence just flew up. And, she said, the other one, the angel one, asked me that, why this question came to you? I was like, he's a college dropout. He started his own business. Now he is really, really successful. So most of the people think that if you have a good degree, good job, then you're going to be successful. So that way. She said like, yeah, okay, I'm happy that you have this thought. And when I came out of the office, when I was going to my home back, there was a little thing in me that there must be something going to come up for you from this opportunity. I went to my home and my brother asked me that, how was the interview? I was like, don't you dare to ask me a single question. Not a single. You were the person, you were the rascal who put me in this situation. And I know that how I came to this home. Don't ask me. 1 month after that, I received a mail from the same organization. And there was a first line, we congratulate that you are selected for this program. I closed the window at that, and then I don't want to read anything else, because there must be something next that they are asking for me to some examination or maybe something like that. I came home and I was like, Bilal, I want to ask you I want to tell you one thing. He was like, yeah. So I was like, I got a mail from the organization. He was like, I give him a pause. And like, oh, bol bhi hun in Punjabi, like, speak up, man. And I was like, I got selected. And he was hugging me, and he was like, telling, I told you, man, you're gonna get selected, and everything gonna be okay. Don't you worry. And what's the next thing they asked? I said, I didn't read. He was like, why didn't you read? I was like, because I don't want to put myself again into that situation. I want to enjoy this moment. And he took me to a Mexican restaurant dinner, and we went outside. And he was like, just cool down, I know you are now again nervous, so we already successful in 2 stages, so next stage we're gonna be okay. And after that, we ate our dinner, we came home, and we told our parents that Arslan got selected for my We didn't tell them before this stage. They were really happy, and they hugged me, and there was tears in their eyes. And me and my brother was coming out of that room, and he put his hand on the shoulder. And Arslan, I know that you cleared these 2 stages, but the thing is, I want to tell you in my heart that you are the worst candidate they have ever in this program. And I got selected, and I'm here in the US. I wanna thank my brother, and I wanna thank 3 other people that I wanna mention. my father, who always told me that this is the world of possibilities, anything can be possible. My spiritual teacher in Pakistan, he runs a trust there, welfare society, his name is Shaukat Ali Qadi. And the third one of my friend, when I came here in US, my best friend. My that friend told me that Arslan, you have a really special mind. You should use your observation skills. That's gonna help you a lot in your life. And that's my story. Thank you very much.